viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be giving y'all the 2-in-1 combo. And when I say 2-in-1 combo, so first I'm going to be doing my makeup. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only girl. You know, us women, we like to wear makeup, but there's some of us out here that don't want, you know, the dramatic look. And when I do my makeup, I get a lot of compliments. Like, everybody just always like, girl, your makeup's so pretty and so natural. You make it look so real. Oh, you have on just enough eyeshadow. And I'd be like, thank you. For anybody that has dry skin, you know, I'm pretty sure they do have real products out here for that. But me, I use this. So, what I do, I kind of already did it. This is a natural bare face. This is the bare face of Tasha. Yes, yes. So I've already kind of put my, you know, petroleum jelly on my face. But you just put like just a few dabs in the main spots. Here, 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 here. You don't want your face to be way, way, way too oily. So I just do that all around my face. Yeah, I just do that all around my face. And then I don't use foundation. I don't actually use like a thing of foundation. I use concealer. And I just kind of, I guess, apply it in spots that I feel like can make my face pop. I don't know. Just watch me, y'all, while I talk about what I'm about to talk about for real, though. So, lately I have been, I'm not going to say forced to put myself first, but it's like lately I've definitely have been putting myself first. And when I say put myself first, I mean in relationships, I mean friendships, you know, when it comes to family, you know, a lot. You have to put yourself first, because if you don't, how will you be strong enough to maintain these relationships? And I always tell people who are in relationships, like, if you're not well yourself, how are you going to be well enough to give yourself to another person? So when I say put yourself first, I don't mean, you know, just say, fuck everybody, I don't care about you, I don't care about you. Basically, I just mean you need to do things that best fits your future and best fits you. And if it does not correspond with that, then walk away. I use that as an example because I have a friend of mine who was in a relationship, and basically her relationship was just kind of weighing her down. And I told her, like, you know, you have to put yourself first. And she was all with it. She was all for it. Now, I'm not really sure the exact steps that she took when it comes to her and her boyfriend for, you know, putting herself first. But she came back to me and she said, you know, my boyfriend said, you know, how could I be so quick to just up and walk away? Now, what I told her was, I wouldn't even say, oh, I'm being quick to walk away. The thing about that is, my livelihood and what I'm trying to do and my future is far more important than than placing myself in a position to where I'm weighing myself down. So if the situation does not correspond, again, to where I'm trying to go in the future, I will walk away. And I advise my homegirl, you know, explain to your boyfriend, you know, that it's not that you're quick to walk away as though you don't care about him. You just care about yourself just a tad bit more. Well, that's in my case. I'm sorry. I'm 25 years old, and any relationship that just doesn't come off to me as being for me. Okay, y'all, and I cannot find my eyebrow brush to save my life. I don't know how it disappeared. I was in a relationship for 6.5, 7 years. Yeah, I was in about 7-year relationship. And when it was time for me to go to college, well, I was already in college because, you know, when I ended up, you know, graduating high school, I went to one school. I went to two different universities. So I went to one school. You know, my boyfriend, he came with me. That school was probably like 4 hours away from my home. It wasn't far at all, but it came a point in my life where I kind of found myself, and I found what I wanted to do with my life. I found my lane, and that required for me to transfer schools. And of course, if I'm going to transfer schools, that means that I have to transfer cities, states, you know. And the school that I actually transferred to was Clark Atlanta University, which means that I had to move from Illinois to Georgia. Y'all already know what that means. My relationship, it just kind of went downhill from there. I'm not going to say it went downhill from there, because we was together for probably like the first few months that I came to Atlanta. But eventually it literally and honestly faded away. And I feel like I know for a fact that had I would not had came to Atlanta, my relationship probably would have been ongoing, you know, still. But that was basically me and choosing myself and putting myself first. Because Lord knows I was in love. Like, I was in love. But I knew that with the new career path that I had chosen, which was fashion design, I knew that in order to really soar in the industry with that, I had to get to a larger city, which meant that, you know, I was going to leave either way it go. The whole thing then was, are you coming with me or are you not? And that's another thing. Some people just are not willing to grow with you during your different phases, because none of us stay the same. And unfortunately, we all do grow at different stages, at different levels. For example, just because this person grows in this year does not mean that this person will grow. But we're winding back to putting ourselves first. Sometimes, you know, when an opportunity presents itself, you just kind of have to hop on it and take advantage of it, regardless of who you have to leave behind. Now, something else that I had to kind of put myself first and leave behind was my family. Because Lord knows I did not want to, I wanted to come to Atlanta really bad, but it was just the fact that I was going to be so much farther away from my family, which meant that I wouldn't be able to see them as often. And that it really, really hurted me. You know, just the fact that, you know, when I was in Atlanta, I would have this job and that job, and I wouldn't be able to come home for the holidays because I would be working. But when I was at a school that was closer, you know, I was able to always come home for the holidays because, I mean, it was a college town. So I would always be able to come home because the whole town would basically be closed down. So that really was just that. But I had to kind of put myself first and say, hey, Tasha, this is your future and this is for you. You have to come back for your family. And when I say come back for your family, I mean, you know, leave, do what you have to do, get yourself right so that you can be strong enough to come back to get everybody else. Because, of course, none of us just grow. Well, some people do grow and leave every single person behind. Family, you know, mama, daddy, sister, brother, everybody. But I'm a person, I'm going to come back and get my family. So that really was just me putting myself first. And from the second that I started to put myself first, everything just really fell in line for me. Like, literally, everything fell in line for me. Like, you know, even though my relationship, you know, was no longer there, me and my ex, we are still really cool to this day. Because we didn't, you know, end on a rocky note. It really was just a change of location and the distance not really working out. Basically, yeah, but I was so serious about my future. And I wanted so badly to just progress. Like, I wanted that so bad, dog. And it's like I was willing to say, hey, I love you, but I need to go. You know, I need to go. And, you know, and that's why I wanted to assure my homegirl, like, don't make your boyfriend think that you're just walking away because you don't love him, as much as he love you, but just assure him that, you're serious about your future. And if his actions does not align with what you're trying to do, you have to dip out. You have to dip out. Because it's like it's only a certain amount of time waits for no one. Time waits for no one. And that's just like when God places an opportunity in your lap for you to do something, and some people may hold back from that just because it means that they have to leave people behind. They will kind of skip out on that opportunity. When opportunity presents itself, you have to take advantage of it. And if that person that you're with, or even a friendship, if they're willing to step into that next level with you, trusting you, then everything is all good. Everything is all good. But I feel like sometimes people just be refusing to grow. And that's why sometimes people have to move on without other people, because the people that they have to move on from was refusing to grow, which that's really backwards to me. Because if I had somebody in my circle who was like growing, and like, progressing and this and that, like I would get motivated by that. And I would do everything in my power to make my days productive off the strength that I have somebody around me, next to me, that's motivating me. I see that it can be done. I see my friend doing it. I see my significant other doing it, my sister doing it, whoever. That should be enough motivation. But like I said, putting yourself first means putting yourself first. And if that person loves you enough, then I feel like they'll come along, they'll follow along. But people have to learn how to stop getting upset when there's people out here who choose themselves. People have to learn how to stop getting upset because, people want to live out their full potential. People have to really stop being upset saying, oh, this person left me hanging, this, and that. No, what if the person didn't leave you hanging? What if you left yourself hanging? That person was trying to bring you with them, And even if it's a thing where, that person wasn't. Long story short, y'all, I just want everybody to kind of know how important self-care is. And like I said, how important it is to always choose ourselves. Because if we're not strong enough, on our own, how can we be strong enough to be parents? I don't have any kids yet, but I know that it takes strength to be a parent. It takes strength to be in a relationship. It takes strength to be in a marriage. So if you don't take care of yourself, what are you gonna be strong enough to do for everybody else? If you don't put yourself first, how are you gonna take care of people? So that's what I always say. Stop trying to make people feel guilty all the time. For those, I'm talking to the people who do. But hold on, y'all. I gotta be still to put this outline on. Yeah, so I use this method a lot because I don't wear the false eyelashes. I got my eyelashes done once for my birthday by this girl named Shay, and she snapped. I was definitely feeling myself. I'll get it again, but I guess it's not something that's needed. So So now that I did the eyeliner, and again, this is just to create like a little effect since I don't wear the false lashes. And then I top that off with mascara. Okay. So this is for basically me doing my makeup, a natural look. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the content, and tell your friends. My Instagram and my Twitter link is below, so you can DM me, tweet me, whatever, and let me know what topics that y'all would like for me to discuss. And that's all, folks.